All right, in regards to, there's Comet. Say hello, Comet. In regards to this video here, the unboxing of the MacBook Air, I've had a chance to use this for about a week here, and I have to say I really like this. Again, it took a whole week for me to kind of get to know how to use this. But in all honesty, I really like it. I really like the calendar aspect of it. I was really worried about getting my data transferred over to here. But I do have a Microsoft 365 account, so I was able to have all of my Word, PowerPoint, Excel, everything like that is all saved into my OneDrive. So I have my work stuff, everything like that, work stuff there. So that's pretty sweet. You can see how clear this picture quality is too with the Retina display here. And the brightness isn't even up on here. This is that camera on the iPhone that is actually doing that. So we're actually going to turn up brightness a little bit here because it's bright in the room. See the Weber outside, the lake. It's frozen still. Anyway, I love how you can kind of control. It's just like an iPhone except in computer. So I really love how you can control the everything down here on basically just like an iPhone. There's some stuff that I moved around. I do need to put Excel, which I don't see down here, but I will download. Ah, there it is. Very simple to move everything down into the bottom portion. So I'm going to take that out because I don't need contacts. Everything is right here. I kind of like to keep this area, and I will clean it up eventually, but I kind of like to keep this area clean down there. To be honest with you, the notes, the reminders, that type of stuff, I can put into the Launchpad portion of it. But I do have to say, this is very fast. I haven't even looked at some of these apps yet on here. Really, though, Safari's pretty sweet. I can go to any of my emails. One thing that I absolutely love about this computer, you can see all of the text messages that you have been getting. Not only that, it connects with your Apple Watch, which I have right here, my iPhone, my AirPods, which I have right here, and pretty much every other Apple, product. So, again, I was skeptical when I bought this product, but after using it, I love it. I'm not much of a Google Docs guy. I love Microsoft. I love Microsoft Word. Everything looks pretty much the same here. I'll just bring up some of what I've worked with the past here. Ooh. Again, still getting used to buttons, but pretty easy to use. And you can kind of see, everything looks the same here. This kind of didn't come through the best way. It may be because this is on dark mode. But, everything else here is pretty much the same. The watermark in the back is not coming through the correct way. But that could have been the way I formatted it. But everything else, it is really coming through nicely. The screen is pretty sweet here. I haven't gone into any of these tabs right here yet. You can see you got File, Edit, View, Window, all that stuff. I haven't went through that yet. I'm not that advanced. It did take me a little while to honestly connect to my Wi-Fi. You've got your keyboard brightness right there, which is pretty sweet. Keyboard preferences. None of this stuff I've set yet, so I'm going to go through and set all that. But honestly, it's pretty sweet. I do have screen mirroring. I can connect this to my 70-inch TV just by the press of a button, which is pretty sweet. So if I want to play music from this instead of my iPhone, if I want to project, as seen here, if I want to project anything from this laptop to there, here, and now it's on my 70-inch TV. So this is pretty sweet. It's pretty responsive too in terms of the keyboard. It's not quite as responsive as I'd like, but you know what? I'd have to say I can't complain about that. So truth be told, if you're working in an office or whatever, and you have a TV right next to you and you need to present something, boom, bring it up just like that with AirPlay. No need to connect any cords anymore. And after putting 2 and 2 together here, I can understand why that they got rid of so many of these USB-C ports or USB ports or whatever, you know, because everything now, smart TVs or whatever, you can connect all that to AirPlay. So it's pretty unique here. You can see pictures. There's a burger at my restaurant. Can see that full size. So up there, it mirrors my picture on my screen. This is called the Hangover Burger at Pinecrest. So again, it's pretty sweet how I can use my own laptop to project onto this screen. And I love the background here too. So I would say after you get used to this product, being an Apple product, if you aren't used to it at all, it doesn't take too long to get to use. All the buttons are there. Everything is pretty straightforward. You know, Apple could have did a better job with setup on how to use basic features instead of people going to YouTube and looking. But if you are in the market for one of these, this has pretty much reaffirmed that it's worth the money. Granted, I got an educational store discount, but even so, that's about $200 savings, depending what model you get. I would say this is well worth the money. It's very nicely sized, very light, very light. No fan on this, which I'm pretty glad I got this instead of the MacBook 13. And everything else is very straightforward. I haven't had the time yet to go through and kind of personalize this laptop the way I want to. But you compare this one here, this MacBook Air, to this older style MacBook Air. This is a MacBook Air from, I believe, 2011. You can see the screen's kind of dirty. But really, the advances in the technology with these, with battery life, thinness of it, the way this screen sits and how much bigger that is, it is pretty exceptional. One thing I will say about this Apple Air MacBook Air here, the Apple lights up on this one. That's pretty sick. The Apple on this one does not light up. That's not a huge selling point for a lot of people, but it's pretty cool. I'm sure they did that just to help with the battery life. But really, when you look at this model, though, this is not much thinner than, or that model is not much thinner than this model. And this model, you get a bunch of USB ports, which I think is pretty cool. So in all realistic viewing here, this seems like the better model, even though it's older. Well, it's not, because the operating system is not the same and the graphics card is not the same, etc., etc. But that's one thing I still wish they would have did, was put a few more USB ports there. But overall, very happy with this. Very happy with the ease of use. It's just like an iPhone once you get used to it here. I just can't say enough about this product. Everything is very sweet. How all of your apps, essentially they are apps now, are right down here and in the launch pad. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I know the video does not do it justice here, but that TV is huge and everything looks perfect down there. Like, it looks to the T perfect. very impressed with this here, guys, and hopefully this kind of helps you narrow down your choice of, you know, what you are looking for a laptop.